Alright guys, today we have a Lexus RX350. This is a 2015 model and it has a bad serpentine belt tensioner, so every time you put the AC on and put the car to drive, the car makes a noise. Alright, and it gets loud and the tensioner bounces. So it's a big tensioner. To replace a tensioner, it's a big job, you know. And I'll just show you. Let me pop open this hood and then I'll show you guys exactly what we're about to do and what we're looking at. Alright guys, right under the hood, if you remove this little cover here, it has clips here. It has a clip here, some of them are missing. All you do is these kind, you just push them in, and he has a different one over here. This one you have to lift out. Right guys, so if you remove this cover, the tensioner is all the way down there, guys, and it's gonna be very difficult to get to, but we need to remove the AC compressor, the alternator, everything has to go, maybe this fan also. So I'm gonna remove everything, take off the belt, and we're gonna try to get to that tensioner. It's a big job and requires a lot of skill. We might even have to remove this thermostat housing right here, this piece right here, and drain out the antifreeze and everything. And let's get to this step by step, guys. We'll do everything. All right, and I'll show you guys once I have everything open. And I might not be able to record the whole video here, but I'll show you exactly what I did, how many things I took off just to get to that one little piece. All right. Alright guys, so let me just give you some information so far what I did. I removed the cover right in front of the car right here. You see this is a front grille here, the front bumper right down here. I removed this little cover right here. It has 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3. Some of them broke, but I gotta put something else in there now. Alright, so once you have this removed, you're gonna have access to this AC compressor right here, right? That's how you're gonna reach the bottom 2 bolts right here. Very easy, alright guys? And also, let me put the light on this side. We're gonna be taking out the radiator fan. We're gonna have to drain the antifreeze because we need to remove the upper hose because it's blocking the fan. And also this side, the thermostat hose, where the thermostat is housing, the hose that connects to it. So here's the drainer, and also I removed this little guy right here, but do make sure you put it back once you're done. All you do is open this up and this hose come out, and this is the drainer. So we're gonna drain the antifreeze next. And right on this side, I took off the little triangle looking cover over here, and I removed the belt. I still gotta remove the rest of the belt and the tensioner. You could release the tensioner from down here. So I have the belt out of the way, and I will completely take out the belt. But let me continue the job. Let me drain the antifreeze, and then we'll remove the fan, and I'll update you. So this video is gonna be a little different. It's gonna be like pretty much updating on what I did, and step by step. All right guys, so let me go further. All right guys, a few more seconds to update on what I did so far. So I removed this upper radiator support here. This one has a bolt right here, like if you flip this thing around, let me explain to you on this side. It has a bolt here, and then you have 2 bolts over here, right here. One at the bottom, number 10, one at the top. The top one, it looks something like this. It has a small cover on it, and if you pop that cover off with like a pick or something, and then you have the number 10 right there. It's welded onto this, so this is one piece. So I got that to the side. Also, there's a wire harness here. You don't need to disconnect this, but do poke out these little clips here. There's 2 of them that I took out. One is here and one is right here. Right, so one is here, one is here. Right, so one goes right there and one goes right here. So pretty much if this cover was to come here, you'll see them right here. Also took out number 10 right here. This is holding down the release cable for the latch, the hood latch. All right, you're losing that, it should give you some little play on that, and then you could just twist it to the side. Make sure you don't hit the fender here. I got it sitting right above a little bit, and I got my machine here helping me a little bit to keep it up. But if you close the hood, make sure you bring it back. All right, so far. And I also disconnected the horn on one side, and I was not able to disconnect the horn on the other side. So I just took off the number 12 off the horn, and I got that sitting to the side. And now guys, I'm gonna be taking out this radiator fan next. I'm gonna remove this hose clamp here, push that and stick it somewhere here, and I'll disconnect the connectors on the fan, and I should be able to lift the fan right up this way. And also it's gonna give me some play so I could get to the alternator. All right guys, and so far it's looking good, and I'll update you in a few seconds again. So I'm gonna continue working off the camera, and I'll just show you exactly what I did further. All right, another update, I got my radiator fan out, and look, voila, I have a lot of room to work over here, right? And took up this connector right here from the fan module. It's right on the fan, and then it has 1 clip, 2 clip, 3 clip right there. You just pop those off, and you put this to the side, and the radiator fan, you push this a little bit back, and the fan comes right out. And here's the fan. So all you're doing is disconnecting right here, you moving the clip here, removing the clip here, and the clip down here, right guys? And this is where the reservoir bottle sits. I took out the reservoir bottle, and that's the number 10 for the reservoir for the coolant. All right guys, so if you need, you grab a zip tie and zip tie this a little bit back, up to you. And next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop this cover open. All right, I'm gonna remove this, lift this up, and then I'm gonna start removing that alternator. If I need to, I'm also gonna remove that thermostat hose or the housing itself. Let's see what I need to do. All right, step by step guys. And my antifreeze finished draining, so I can just lock this fella up. All right, so just turn this thing, and that's it. All right, I'll take the antifreeze, I'll put it into a safe bucket, and I'll see the condition off, and I'll ask the customer. I think he got it flush, so I'll put the same antifreeze back if he wants. If not, I'll change it. I would recommend change. All right, going further, I did take off the alternator. As you can see, the alternator is missing now. And I also took out the idler pulley, which you can access from right up here. The idler pulley is sitting over here. It has a number 14 on it. All right, you could put a socket on that, and then it has a washer in the back, so be careful, do not lose that little washer. All right, that's like a spacer for it. All right guys, so I was able to take off the idler pulley from right here. You do need to take that out, that will give you extra room. Plus I'm changing that piece, so that's a good thing for me. And then we have the alternator. Let me show you the alternator. It's sitting right here. All right guys, alternator has a bolt up here which goes through, and then it has a bolt over here, and then it also has number 12 right here. All right, and in the back there's a little wire that goes to, I believe, a crank sensor. And there's a clip here which you can pop off. It runs from this way and back into the crank sensor, so you need to get to the bottom of this and pop that off. All right, and so far so good guys. I took off the alternator, and then let's see how much room do we have down there. As you can see down here, we have a lot of room, but we still need to take out the AC compressor or this harness. I forgot about this harness. Before I took out the alternator, I removed this harness and I pushed it to the side, and I also took out this cam sensor here, so that will release this harness this way. The AC compressor has 1, 2, 3, I believe 3 connectors. Then I disconnected the oxygen sensor and an oil pressure switch. I disconnected a lot of stuff on this thing just to get the alternator out. And I took off the 2 bolts of the AC compressor in the bottom to remove this harness. And now I got 2 bolts left on that AC compressor, and I should be able to move it to the side and remove that tensioner. All right guys, so let me keep going on this, and I'll update you once I have everything out and I'll replace the tensioner. So I got the compressor out of the way, and I have all the access to that tensioner. So here's the tensioner. It probably got 5 bolts. As you can see, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. All right, and I'm gonna work this from the bottom. Again, we're replacing the tensioner on a 2015 Lexus RX350. All right, so there's the tensioner, and I'm gonna continue the job, and then I'll show you the finished product. All right guys, I got the tensioner out, and here's the 5 bolts. The 4 bolts you see are the same, and one of the top is long. That's the one that goes right here. All right, and from down here you have a pretty good access right here. Let me bring my camera over this way. So that's where the tensioner goes, guys. And there we have it. All right, the tensioner is out. Right there is a crank sensor. Good luck to that. $500–600 labor, probably more. All right, I'll do the calculations later. All right, guys, so let's continue the job. I'll show you what it look like once I'm done. All right, guys, there it is. I installed the tensioner, and all the bolts are tight. And let me bring out my camera. All right, from down here you have a pretty good access. You could probably even put the compressor bolt in it from down here. And guys, I'm gonna end the video here. From here, all you need to do is reverse the procedure. Just whatever you took off first goes on last. So reverse everything. So I'm gonna put the compressor in, then the alternator, then the tensioner, reverse everything, radiator fan, then the upper support, you know, everything reverse in reverse procedure. All right, and once you have the alternator and compressor and the idler pulley in, if you're putting the idler in, try to put the belt on before you put the rest of the stuff in, because that will give you a lot of room to maneuver the belt around. All right, guys, and thank you for watching. Subscribe, and if you have any questions, guys, let me know. All right, thank you, and bye bye.